Shalom and welcome to Jewish Life, the show about people and issues in Judaism and some secrets you missed in Hebrew school. I know what you think. Tanks are there to destroy, to murder, to turn cities into rubble, to conquer, to fight. Well, how about a mitzvah tank? Have I ever heard an oxymoron? Either it's a mitzvah or it's a tank. A mitzvah is doing something good and kind. All of a sudden, what is this? A mitzvah tank. I am pleased to have with me Rabbi Moshe Shmukler and Rabbi Morty Hirsch. Rabbi Moshe Shmukler is opposite me. Rabbi Morty Hirsch to his right, to my left. And they are running a program called Mitzva-Tank Parade. Why are we talking about the Mitzva-Tank Parade? Because 4 days before Passover is the Rebbe's birthday. On the 11th day of Nissan is the Rebbe's birthday, and in honor of this birthday, we are doing a Mitzva-Tank Parade. We, meaning Lubavitch. I include myself in it as well. What is the connection of Mitzvah Tanks and the Rebbe? I do not know the Rebbe as a warrior, as somebody who's been out there waging... Set us straight, please. Mitzvah Tanks. What is a Mitzvah Tank all about? Who's ready to shoot? Rabbi Shmukler is all fired up.
Well,
M16s? Where are we going?
Well, to start in 1974, that's when the first Mitzvah Tanks actually, the first tank.
Can I tell you a little secret? I was from the first group of tanks. I got the first $5 from the first group that got $5 for participating in a Mitzvah Tank operation for the summer of 1974.
You got $5 from?
From the Rebbe. The Rebbe gave us $5, yes.
Yes.
It was a 5-point Mitzvah campaign.
1974 started, the Rebbe started Mitzvah Tank campaign, which was basically mitzvahs on the spot for people on the go. It was people who are working, too busy to come to a synagogue or too busy to come to school or whatever it was.
I know a lot of such people.
Yes. And after a hard day's work, they just don't have the time. And the Rebbe started a campaign to go out and try and be there for them. So instead of them coming to you, you're reaching out to them. And when they come out of the subway station or they come out of the train station, they parked on the street is an actual vehicle that you could just go into. And you have a shul right there, a synagogue right there, where you could come, you could hear a class, you could daven, you could put on tefillin, you could get Shabbos candles, Shabbos candlesticks, and whatever it might be. Or if it's before Passover, you get matzahs.
So why not shuls? Why don't you just call it shuls on wheels?
The Mitzvah Tank, as Moshe said, it was the Rebbe's tool of bringing a shul to the street. It used to be a concept in Judaism. Religion is in the shul, and once you leave the shul, no more.
Right. You be a Jew at home and
right. This is by the regular Reform or conservative. This is how they take religion. They go to synagogue once a week, once a year, once a month, whenever it is. That is their connection with God. That is their connection to Judaism. The Rebbe changed that. And the Rebbe said, if you're not going to come to shul, we're going to bring the shul to you. And that is what the Mitzvah Tank is, as Moshe said.
That's why it's called a tank? Why is it called a tank?
Moshe exactly why it's called
why
a
it's
tank.
called a tank is to fight assimilation, to fight anything that's out there. Like the Rebbe said, just like an actual tank in war. It goes through a trench, and it goes through pits, and whatever it might take to fight the war. The Rebbe came out and said, we have, unfortunately, a war that we have to fight. But instead of doing it in a negative way...
So what do we do? We take a bunch of Humvees?
No, it was,
so
right after the Holocaust, when Jews did not want to be connected. There was a certain sect of Jews who did not want to be connected to God, or didn't want to have anything to do. They felt they were upset, and they wanted to rebel. And the Rebbe started then, in 1951. He took over the reins, and he said that Lubavitch is going to go out there, and everyone thought he was off his mind. But they went, and they worked, and look where we are today. The Rebbe started campaign after campaign, totaling 10 campaigns. And these campaigns are worldwide campaigns today. They've been adopted by every sect in Judaism, these 10 campaigns. And the Mitzvah Tank actually is the main way to bring this campaign out there. These 10 campaigns, to bring them out to the street.
Whom are we fighting? We're using militaristic terms,
we are fighting,
so why not? It's a campaign.
Yes. We are fighting spiritual trenches, spiritual pits, anything like that. I mean, in Israel, the Mitzvah Tanks actually go to army bases. Over here, we're going to Manhattan, we're going to New York, or in Australia they go to different business districts. I mean, the mitzvah tank is anywhere in the world today. Anywhere in the world.
So in other words, like a tank.
Just like a
There's
tank goes...
no specific places.
We go to remote areas.
No special climates.
It could go through any spiritual...
And what are your weapons?
And the weapons are...
M16s?
Well, we have tefillin, we have Shabbos candlesticks, we have matzahs, we have...
Here's our pair of tefillin. It would be nice, you know, after the show, what we're going to do, we're going to take a pair of tefillin and we're going to demonstrate how we're going to put on tefillin with one of our crew members here who never, I don't know when was the last time he put on tefillin, if he ever did. But we're going to demonstrate what what the Mitzva-Tanks do. Anyway.
So, and not only is a tank called a mitzvah tank, but the people who go on the tank, the Rebbe called them tankistim, which is basically the people who man these mitzvah tanks. And they go out there and they go on the street, and any person walking by, they ask them whether they're Jewish or not Jewish. If they're Jewish, then they'll ask them to come put on tefillin. Or if they're not Jewish, then they'll ask them for the 7 Noach laws.
Oh, you don't tell them to go to hell if they're not Jewish?
No.
So wait a minute. So are we out there now proselytizing, trying to convert people to Judaism?
Not at all.
Absolutely not.
I didn't know that Judaism is that kind of religion.
We cater to every crowd. If it means saying the 7 Noahide laws.
So we're not looking to convert.
We're not looking to convert.
Okay.
We're looking to enhance people's Judaism who are out there who haven't been affiliated in a while, and we explain to people. People say, "Oh, I'm not affiliated. I'm not religious. I don't have to put on tefillin. I don't have to light the Shabbos candles. I don't have to eat matzah on Pesach." And we say, "No, yes, you do. Continue doing what you're doing. We're not asking you to change your lifestyle. Just add one more.
Don't be
good
affiliated.
deed."
Just do something.
Right. Add one more good deed to your day-to-day life. If it's this Pesach, eat a little piece of matzah. Put on tefillin that one time, because as the Rebbe says, every single mitzvah makes the world a better place, and mitzvah, one mitzvah at a time, we change the world for good.
And what do you do? What do you tell the non-Jew?
We tell him.
We also tell him to eat matzah.
We tell him the 7 Noahide laws, and we tell him he could make this world a better place. He could change this world for the better by fighting.
You mean you can be a good person even if you're not Jewish and you don't eat matzah?
100%. You do the 7 Noahide laws, and by knowing the 7 Noahide laws, you realize that these 7 characteristics, these 7 deeds, make the world a much better place. If it's judges, court systems, not eating from a living animal, not killing, not stealing, and increasing in acts of goodness and kindness. And
so basically what we're saying, so we can tell our audience out there, you don't have to be Jewish, you can be a good person, and you're not going to hell if you're not Jewish.
That's correct, Rabbi Katzman.
You can go to heaven,
Rabbi Katzman,
like everybody else.
Right, if you realize, you see how the world is today with the terrorism, nobody knows when Al-Qaeda will bomb next, or do something next, or when someone's car will get stolen outside, or when someone's going to get killed. It's just a sad state of the world, and we have to, what we're doing, myself and Rabbi Schmuckler, by doing this Mitzvah Tank Parade, is we want to just send this message out to everyone, Jews and non-Jews alike, to increase in acts of goodness and kindness, especially right before the birthday of the leader of our generation, who's the most prominent person in the last century. He's been voted by many different organizations as the most prominent Jewish leader of this past century. For him, to give him this birthday present, what a beautiful birthday present, something he started in all these 10 campaigns that he started.
Tell us about the parade. I'm interested. Now,
we are going to give him this birthday present by this Mitzvah Tank.
In 1950, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson assumed leadership of the Chabad Lubavitch movement. Born in Nikolaev, Russia in 1902, the Rebbe, a world-renowned scholar who had worked closely with the previous Rebbe, inherited the torch from his father-in-law and catapulted Chabad Lubavitch into the jet age. Chabad, a 3-word acronym, Chochmah, Bina, Da'as, wisdom, understanding, knowledge, became synonymous with the thrust of Jewish culture worldwide as the lamplighters steadily grew in number and helped to spread this growth of Jewish awareness called Yiddishkeit. The Rebbe has established many programs which have a positive effect on millions of people throughout the world. One of those programs is the Mitzvah, the good deed of giving to those in need. The Rebbe personally passes out dollar bills and blessings to thousands. The recipients take this money and with additional money of their own, give freely to hundreds of various charities. Charity is just the first step in a long and happy road to fulfillment. Each year, the Rebbe's birthday is celebrated by an assembly line of approximately 40 Mitzva-Tanks, which roll to all points in Manhattan, hoping to give some person a chance to reinforce or perhaps recapture the beauty and pageantry of Judaism. Chabad Lubavitch men and women accompany the tanks to answer any questions which might be asked by curious passers-by. On this particular day, a minyan, a quorum of 10 men, was gathered so this young man could fulfill the obligation of reciting the Kaddish, the mourner's prayer for his mother who had just passed away. The light of the torch spreads its warmth to the elderly, as throughout the country their rabbis regularly visit retirement homes and convalescent hospitals to talk and kibbutz and conduct prayers. The Talmud states that charity knows neither race nor creed, and Chabad's heart goes out to all in need, be they Jew or in this case, non-Jew.
And really, for the first time in my life, they looked at me like a person and not like just somebody out here, you know, another tramp off the streets.
They've given us some money so that we could eat. And there's no other places down here that have done that for us.
If you need help, this is the place that 9 times out of 10 will be able to help you when nobody else can.
Children are the spark plugs of tomorrow, and the Rebbe's love for his children is evident in his innovation of programs such as Tzivos Hashem, God's Army of Children. At this gathering, which is held specifically for children, they come to the microphone with great pride and call out one of the 12 Torah passages selected by the Rebbe to teach them the basic fundamentals and faith of Jewish belief. The Chabad credo is, teach the child when he is young so he will grow with it and love it. The word of God is close to you, Chabad says. It is on your lips, in your heart, and is there for you to accomplish. The Rebbe's emphasis on the future has brought Chabad Lubavitch into the illuminating age of computers. It is also the age of Chabad Lubavitch, for this organization, whose roots are set in antiquity, is dedicated to the harvesting of tomorrow. And with a great tradition to look back upon and a bright future to look ahead to, Chabad Lubavitch continues to use the elements of today's innovations so that they can relive the redemption of yesterday. And its beauty never lets up because that initial spark is kindled and nurtured within the hearts of every Chabad youngster under the guidance and deep love of the Rebbe.
Is an old unwanted car cluttering up your garage? A Cable to Jewish Life can help you twice. First, you reclaim your garage, and second, you can make a tax-deductible contribution to help keep this important program on the air. Call or email us to arrange pickup of your car anywhere in the metro area.
The Rebbe's desire to bring morality and ethics to the world via the 7 no-eyed laws prompted actor John Voight to share his feelings with millions of TV viewers.
Living a life of justice in recognition of one supreme being, living a life of morality where there is no murder, robbery, or cruelty to all God's creatures, represent a message for all mankind. And if all men would understand the beauty of that message, we would all be in a harmonious tune, and all dances relating to all different cultures would be easy for all of us to dance to.
Someday we will all be together. Someday we'll be sheltered home. Never will we have to express any fear of scars, and our wounds will disappear. Abraham and Yitzchak will be there to greet us. Everybody press, let's go!
Given Chabad's continuing effort to educate, as the Passover holiday draws near, children from all backgrounds are treated to a miniature operation of a traditional matzah bakery at Chabad centers throughout the country. They are given a lesson in history about their biblical ancestors who made a hasty departure from Egypt without giving their bread enough time to rise. When the children and their families leave the premises of the model bakery, they are given the special round shmura matzahs baked in Crown Heights for use at their seders. The water and especially supervised flour must be kept from becoming moist and are kept in separate rooms and then mixed in a bowl, and in rapid succession they are hand kneaded. Flattened by carefully sanded and inspected rolling pins, they are then perforated and taken to the oven. And they are baked all within the span of 18 minutes as required by Jewish law. This is the fire of Passover redemption.
Every time
give
we
them a
have a
tank per
parade,
year?
every parade we either go by the years of leadership, or if it's the Rebbe's 100th birthday, we did 100 Mitzva-Tanks. The 90th
not
birthday,
bad, not
90.
bad.
That was a centennial celebration. We couldn't do that every year.
But to go on with the parade, the first parade, if you look at the picture over here,
First of all, I'm just looking. I mean, this is really this is a military operation. I mean,
correct.
all the papers are working. There's a setup, and there's a hierarchy, and departments and divisions.
That's correct.
What do you have? The
Yes.
Navy, the Army, the Air
We have
Force.
many different divisions. It's actually very interesting. This entire parade is ran by youth, by yeshiva students, aged 15, 16 through 24, 25.
They run it.
They run this entire event. It is many, many different departments, if you see here.
But wait a second. I know that younger boys participate.
Younger boys do
My
participate.
children,
That's a junior.
participated,
That's the actually education department. That's a junior department of the Mitzva-Tanks.
Okay, so
wanna-
they don't run it.
They don't run it, but they join it. We want to teach them when they get older how to do it.
Okay.
There's many different departments. There's telemarketing. There's There's the kids junior department. There's the media department. We have separate. This is all yeshiva students.
So how does this work? Give us
All right, we'll start from the beginning.
Yeah,
The
that's
first
right.
parades, they actually used U-Haul trucks and rider trucks that they actually went in the back. and
Hertz
they-
trucks.
Hertz
That's what
trucks.
they were. Yellow Hertz trucks.
And they would bring
think there was a
someone
few
on and just put them on fill-in and have a table and a chair in there. Today, once motorhomes came out and it's a lot more
Winnebagos.
accommodating. The first Winnebagos came out, and so actually in California they actually bought a Winnebago, but we actually rent them just for the actual parade. So to go ahead and start with such a thing, it takes actually more than a year in advance, just to be able to get, if it's 54, if it's 100. New York is now a big population of motorhomes. I mean, Florida, California.
You got to bring them from Arizona or somewhere.
Well, we bring them in from all over, from Boston, from Connecticut, from different states. We have to bring them all in just
Washington State. It's a lot.
just to bring in all the
Washington,
motorhomes. So all the reservations, and just to make sure that we have all these units on, scheduled on time, it takes a year of preparation just for that. And then once we actually have all these, then you need drivers. And good drivers. I mean, these are big vehicles to be able to just bring them in and going over the bridges. And I mean, there's a lot. This being in the city, you can't take them in tunnels. There's a lot of.
Just to explain to people who don't know what the Mitzvah tank, like Moshe said, is a Winnebago. It goes on the parade. After the parade is a 2-hour parade. It parades from 770 Lubavitcher World Headquarters in Brooklyn, and it parades over the Manhattan Bridge through 5th Avenue all the way up, down 6th Avenue till 23rd Street. After that, they disperse. Every Mitzvah tank is assigned a location, and they disperse throughout the New York metropolitan area. We cover the entire metropolitan area for that day to reach out as many people as we can.
And each one, as you asked, what are they equipped with? What do they have, the tanks? Or do they have machine guns, or do they have a cannon on them? They actually have, I mean, you're looking at 900 pairs of tefillin. 900 pairs of tefillin that are actually being used that day, putting on people tefillin. You're looking
And thousands of people put on film.
50,000 brochures are given out that day, informative brochures about Pesach and the Rebbe's birthday.
We have 5,000 pounds of matzah, which are given out that day to people.
Wow.
Just, and telling them that they can buy more matzah wherever, at the local Chabad house.
Don't forget, these tanks are armed with 1,500 volunteers for that day. Besides the drivers and the people in charge of the tanks,
That is an army. That is an
1,500
army.
volunteers, including our junior department.
Now I've noticed you've done some very interesting things. I'm looking here at a picture. I don't know if it's the number 90 or something. You've done some.
This is the Parade 50.
Parade 50. What was that? That was 50 years.
That was the 50th year of the Rebbe's leadership. We actually at Grand Army Plaza in Brooklyn, we have an aerial shot, the photo of the 50.
So you do have an Air Force.
We have an Air Force too. We have one helicopter, which is to man the actual, just to coordinate all the vehicles together, because
From up
we
above.
have a police motorcade.
What an operation!
We actually have help from real guns.
How do people meet you out in the street? What is the response?
You have people from all walks of life, from whether they're
Are people
Asian
antagonized or threatened by
No,
you?
we're very
Do
kind.
they feel under attack?
No. Where we present it in a very nice way. We go over to someone, excuse me, sir, are you Jewish? Would you like to put on tefillin? If they're not Jewish, we have something else to give them here, the 7 no-Eid laws, whatever it is, just to make them feel good of that day and to send the message of increasing in your acts of goodness and kindness.
If you look at the pictures over here, you'll also see that we go out during lunch hour through the whole Manhattan. That's when the actual.
So if anybody wants to see us,
free sandwiches?
No, if anybody wants to see, actually there's 2,000 sandwiches.
Everyone waving. I mean, you look at the streets are lined with people and they're all waving.
Tell the people the time. We leave at 11 a.m. We usually leave 11 a.m. and we get to Manhattan about 12 for lunch hour. Parade should be done at 1, where everyone disperses out to their locations till the sunset.
On your way home to the subway, make sure you stop by a Mitzvah Tank and get your brochure.
And if you don't stop by, we'll find you.
What does an operation like this cost?
This is a $100,000 event, believe it or not. It's a one-day event, but it's 6 months of preparation, and it's a lot of work. All volunteers.
And how can people contact you if they want to participate or they want to know where to go? Okay, we'll have the number on the screen, and everybody who wants to participate in one way or another can do so.
If you were ever touched or moved or had an experience with a Mitzvah Tank, please share it with us or help us out.
That is very exciting, and I got to tell you, if we're going to wage this war and we're going to win it, this is going to be an exciting, exciting victory. I got to tell you, there are going to be no casualties in this one. every war there are casualties. Well, one casualty perhaps, and we call that evil. Evil. We're going to put an end to evil. So in connection with this great event, Moshe and Morty, or Rabbi Schmuckler and Rabbi Hirsch, have agreed to send to every single caller will get a brochure describing what we call goodness on a roll, the Mitzva-Tank parade, what it's all about. And this will be given to every single caller, goodness on a roll. And then, in addition to that, since we are planning to win and be victorious against evil, every fifth caller will get the book called An End to Evil. An End to Evil. It is time to put an end, whether it is Al-Qaeda or some other evil behavior, whatever it is. We hope that everybody will increase in goodness and kindness. Guys, I wish you a lot of success, and I hope you're going to meet a lot of people and respond nicely.
About 100,000 people.
100,000 people, man. Well, $1 a person, not bad. $100,000 operation, pretty good. What a way. You guys in advertising, learn how to do things. And I want to remind everybody, remember before Passover, remember to sell your chametz. Sell your chametz in time before Passover. Find your local rabbi. If not, you can call us. And make sure that you find a seder for yourself or for anybody else who does not have the fifth son or anybody else who doesn't have a seder. And until we meet again, I want to wish you a very happy Passover, happy holiday. Hopefully we will meet with Mashiach. And until then, we wish you bracha v'atzlacha and all the best.
Mashiach, Mashiach, Mashiach. Oy, 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 oy. 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 Sheisma meya im kol ze hachake lo bechol yom sheyavoy. Sheisma meya im kol ze hachake lo bechol yom sheyavoy. Sheyavoy, 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 yovoy. Amin, amin, amin.